Hi guys, and today I am here doing a deck overview of my Crystal Beast deck, of what I usually run, and what usually gets me quite a few wins every once in a while. So I will go through every single card in detail, starting with the first one, Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus is basically the staple of the card. You get a card in your back row. Your back row is, of which, very important. I run 3 Amber Mammoths for the 1700 attacker, 3 Tobas Tiger for the 2000 attacker, and by the way, all 3 of these are level 4, so that's why I also run them. 3 Cobalt Eagle. I run 3 Cobalt Eagle, unlike others, because Cobalt Eagle, if I have Cobalt Eagle and Sapphire Pegasus together on the field, I can use Cobalt Eagle's effect, put Pegasus on top, use Pegasus' effect, put a card in the back row, use Cobalt Eagle's effect, put him, and then keep on doing it. And if I have Rainbow Dragon in my hand, then I get a free Rainbow Dragon in about 5 turns or so. So yeah, I run 3 Amethyst Cat because the free 600 direct damage, 3 Emerald Tortoise for the bad hands where you need to stall for a bit with 2000, and 3 Ruby Carbuncle because if you can special summon him, you get every monster in your back row is now in your front row. Obviously, I run 2 Rainbow Dragons because Rainbow Dragon's effect is if you have all 7 Crystal Beasts in the graveyard or on your field, then you can special summon Rainbow Dragon. The great thing about Rainbow Dragon is it doesn't say that you have to remove them from play or move them to the graveyard. No, you just special summon it if you have met the required conditions. So if I have 2 of them in the hand, I just get to play them both. Doesn't matter. That's a free 8,000 attack. It's really good. Its effect is as well good. It gains 1,000 attack for each card sent from the field to the graveyard that has Crystal Beast in its name. And I run 1 Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder is a card that you special summon by getting rid of 3 continuous spell cards from your spell and trap card zone, which the Crystal Beasts turn into continuous spell cards. So it's kind of obvious that you want to run Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. Now here's where the deck gets kind of tricky. I also run Rainbow Dark Dragon. Running Rainbow Dark Dragon is also a hassle, however, because it can be a terrible draw in the first turn, or it can be incredibly detrimental near the end. So this card can only be special summoned by banishing 7 dark monsters with different names from your graveyard. Now, this does make sense when we get over into this spell card, but at the time being, it doesn't really fit. But I can, however, do Rainbow Dragon's effect twice, and then use Rainbow Dark Dragon, and then I have 3 4,000 beaters on the field, which is really strong and really hard to pull off, but if I can pull it off, I'm going to be the one to do it. Alright, I run 1 Blackluster Soldier, Envy of the Beginning, because who doesn't run BLS in a deck, am I right? I also have 2 effect failures, one to be the light attribute for Blackluster Soldier, and the other to get rid of pesky mermails and etc. Because mermails are probably one of the biggest problems of any deck around now. Alright, okay, now for the spell cards. I run 2 Advanced Dark Field Spells. Now what Advanced Dark does is all Crystal Beast monsters on the field and in the graveyard become dark. If Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon attacks, negate the effects of the attack until negate the effects of the attack target during the battle phase. During damage calculation, if a Crystal Beast monster you control battles and you will take damage, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster from the deck to the graveyard and you take no battle damage. This card is one of the beastiest cards to run in a Crystal Beast deck, because all for its last effect, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle, but you have to have Crystal Beast. Now that effect on its own is really OP, because let's say like I'm running a Sapphire Pegasus in the front line, and he gets attacked. I could just use Advanced Dark's effect and instead put a card such as Emerald Tortoise in the graveyard, and no damage is done. Sapphire Pegasus is still on the board. Everything is back to normal. And I gain a +1 in the graveyard for Emerald Tortoise for getting me Rainbow Dragon, or Rainbow Dark Dragon, because all of my monsters are now dark. So, great card to run in Crystal Beast deck, but only if you can do it right. Alright, I run 3 Crystal Promise because you do always end up getting a good back row. And if you can special summon Carbuncle or even Sapphire Pegasus, that's always a +1. I run 2 Abundance. Abundance is the OTK of the deck. So, yeah, Abundance is if you have 4 Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap card zone, meaning that every slot is filled except for the one which would go Crystal Abundance, then all cards on the field are... Here, I'll hover over it. Then all cards on the field are destroyed, and you get to special summon as many Crystal Beasts from your graveyard as you want. Up to... It recommends 5, because that's how many you have. So yeah, that's usually how you win duels, because you would get, let's say, 2 Topaz Tigers, 2 Pegasus, and 1 Amber Mammoth. That's a good, that's a good 7,900 attack right there. And that can easily be an OTK move. Okay, I run 1 Crystal Blessing because usually they don't go to the graveyard unless I really want them to, and that's only for certain other cards' effects, so I just keep it in there because it is useful at times. And its effect is target 2 Crystal Beast monsters in graveyard, place those targets face up in your spell and trap card zone. So yeah, it's pretty much just getting cards back from the graveyard that you used, for example, Crystal Regeki, which we haven't gotten to yet. But Crystal Regeki, I may as well talk about it now over here. Crystal Regeki is a card where you can destroy one of your cards in the spell and trap card zone, and then you can get to choose an opponent's monster and destroy that card. So this would get back said card back into the spell and trap card zone to play Promise or Regeki or even Crystal Pear if you really need to. Just kidding, you can't play Crystal Pear. That's anyway. I run 2 Crystal Beacon. Crystal Beacon is really OP because I get to special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck, and all I need is to have 2 or more Crystal Beasts in the spell or trap card zone at any time. And that's very easy to do, because if I summon Sapphire Pegasus, bam, that's already 1 in the spell and trap card zone because of his effect. If the opponent destroys Sapphire Pegasus, bam, I got 2. And or I can Suicide Bomb by using cards for Ruby Carbuncle, and then use Crystal Beacon, get Ruby Carbuncle, special summon all those monsters, and then just keep on relaying the effects, and it's really OP. Alright, I run 2 Crystal Releases. 1 because of the huge buff in attack, because it makes you so much stronger by giving you 800 more attack. And not only that, but when it's destroyed, I get to in its place, I get a spell. I get to replace this spell card, Crystal Release, with a Crystal Beast from my deck. And that's really OP if you're going for Rainbow Dragon, or even you're going for Ruby Carbuncle's effect. So yeah, good card to have. I run 2 of them. You can run 3, but my deck's already maxed out at 60. I run 3 Hand Destructions for those early game mishappens, and even the late game mishappens, because they do happen, and where you just end up with bad cards. So Hand Destruction is always good. I run 3 at all times because you can never go wrong. I run 1 Book of Moon, kind of a staple card, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Pot of Duality, 3 Crystal Regeki. I already went over that, but I get to move a Crystal Beast from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, destroy a card on the opponent's side of the field. Alright. Crystal Pear. This card is pretty interesting and kind of a pain to use. Crystal Pear is when a Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard. Place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in your spell and trap card zone. So what that means is instead of... Okay, so let's do a battle scenario. Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle is in battle, and he gets destroyed. I have the option to put him in the spell and trap card zone, or send him to the graveyard. If I send him to the graveyard, I can use Crystal Pear's effect. Crystal Pear's effect is that I get to replace Ruby Carbuncle in the spell and trap card zone with a card such as Cobalt Eagle, Topaz Tiger, Amethyst Amber Mammoth, Amethyst Cat, etc., etc., and the list goes on. And it's really good, but only if you're going for the Rainbow Dragon. This card can be taken out under any other circumstance. I run 2 Rainbow Life because it's essentially the Draining Shield. Draining Shield is till the end of the turn, whenever you take damage, you gain damage, and that's always good. I run 1 Rainbow Path when I can't draw Rainbow Dragon or even Rainbow Dark Dragon, and I have it anyway. I can play it. That's essentially it. I run 1 just because it's not too good, but it's still good. I run 2 Mirror Forces because, let's face it, you always want Mirror Force. 2 Magical Cylinder because my monsters are pretty weak compared to others. I mean, look at Ruby Carbuncle. 300. No, that won't get you anywhere. And a couple of people really do actually want to go overboard with their attacks on Crystal Beast. I don't know why. And a Magical Cylinder is really good for that. Bottomless Trap Hole and regular Trap Hole. And I know that people say traps aren't good in a Crystal Beast deck. I have no idea what they're talking about. Traps are very good in a Crystal Beast deck. Not as good as spell cards, of course, but it's still pretty good. I don't know why people would complain about it. Alright, for my extra deck, I run a 2600 beater Gem Knight Pearl by using Pegasus, Mammoth, Topaz Tiger, or Cobalt Eagle as tributes for it. Utopia, kind of everyone's 4. Utopia Ray, everyone's 4. I run a Black Shove of Corn, 2 of them, just in case I need to get out the extra 1000 damage. 3 Leviathan Dragon. Surprisingly enough, I can get it out pretty easily with these 3. With Tortoise, I place it in defense mode first turn, bring out Amethyst Cat second turn, bring out Leviathan Dragon. Pretty simple. Greenosaurus, I destroy a monster, detach 1, inflict an extra 1000. It's always good. I usually run it whenever Leviathan Dragon just doesn't seem fun. And then, of course, Terror Fang Wolf, Dire Wolf, or Dire Wolf. I don't remember. Diamond Dire Wolf is what it's actually called. And this card is pretty good. This is the Suicide Bomber of the deck. Or if you run Topaz Tiger or Amber Mammoth still on the field, then you can use its effect. Destroy one of your beast cards, and then or Winged Beast. I did not read that, so apparently Cobalt Eagle also works. Okay, I didn't know that until now. Cool. And destroy one other card on the field, and then destroy them both. This card is very good in this deck, because if I destroy Sapphire Pegasus using the effect, it would go in the spell and trap card zone. I wouldn't lose anything. In fact, I would +1 in all of these effects. And Diamond Dire Wolf is also very good if I need to get over a card and I have an extra monster on the field. I can just Suicide Bomb it with itself because it is a beast type monster, as you can see right there. And it's just very good. I don't run a side deck because I feel like side decking in Crystal Beast is very pointless, seeing as I already went overboard with 60 cards when normally you only want 40 in any deck, really. So side deck is pretty pointless. And I hope you all enjoyed the overview of my Crystal Beast deck. I called it Crystal Release because of the card Crystal Abundance looking like it's releasing, and Crystal Release actually being a good card. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video or you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And anyway, guys, see you in the next episode.